Okay, so let's talk about something that keeps so many amazing creators up at night. You're putting in all this work, you're sharing your passion, but it just feels like the needle isn't moving. In this explainer, we're going to dig into why that happens and, way more importantly, what you can actually do about it. All right, let's paint a picture. Imagine a podcaster, we'll call her Sarah. Every single week, like clockwork, she records this really thoughtful, valuable episode. She edits it, she polishes it, she hits publish. I mean, she's doing everything she's supposed to do, right? And yet, it feels like she's just shouting into a void. The downloads are flat. The audience isn't really growing. It is such a frustrating feeling, and I bet it sounds familiar to a lot of you. It's the core problem we are tackling today. This leads us right into what I like to call the podcaster's plateau. It's that spot where all your hard work just stops translating into actual growth. And the reason why is not what most people think. So here's the big reveal, the thing that changes everything. Sarah isn't invisible because she's not trying hard enough. It's not about effort at all. The real culprit? A lack of structure. She has incredible content, but she doesn't have a system to make that content work for her. Now, think of this slide as kind of like a checklist. Does any of this hit home? You publish a fantastic episode. You share it, maybe once or twice, and poof, it's gone, lost in the archive. Promotion feels chaotic and last minute. Every episode feels like you're starting from zero. And when someone does finish listening, they have no idea what to do next. That right there is what a missing system looks like. So when you're stuck on that plateau, what's the natural instinct? Well, most people, Sarah included, fall right into a really common trap. We're going to call it the myth of more. The advice you hear everywhere is just create more. Make more episodes, get on more platforms, post more clips. It's this idea that visibility is just a volume game. The more stuff you put out there, the more people will see you. Simple math, right? Well, not exactly. But see, for someone like Sarah, who already has this treasure trove of amazing episodes in her back catalog, just piling more on top doesn't actually lead to growth. It leads somewhere completely different. And there it is, burnout, not growth. It's a content treadmill, and it is exhausting. You're just constantly performing, constantly creating, trying to keep up. It's a strategy that's just not built to last. So if that's the problem, what's the solution? This is where we get to the good stuff. Let's talk about the visibility system. I love this slide because it lays out the whole mindset shift perfectly. We're moving away from being focused on just churning out content and instead focusing on building systems. It's not a volume game anymore, it's a leverage game. The goal isn't just to survive, it's to build something that lasts, something that works for you. So let's give this a name. We're talking about a visibility ecosystem. The whole idea is simple, but it is so powerful. You stop treating your episodes like they're disposable, one-and-done posts. Instead, you start seeing them as these permanent, reusable anchors for your entire message. And this is the question that changes the entire game. Sarah stops waking up thinking, what brand new thing do I have to create this week? Instead, after she publishes a great episode, she asks, okay, how can this episode keep working for me long after this week is over? So to answer that big question, you have to first understand the hidden power that's already packed inside every single episode you've ever made. Just look at this breakdown. A single episode isn't just one thing. It's made up of all these little reusable assets. There's a core message in there, there's a great story or a really cool insight, there's a moment where you teach something practical, and a lot of the time there's a powerful belief shift you're trying to give your listener. Every single one of those is a piece of content waiting to be used again. And when you start using all those little assets, this is what happens. You get to introduce your best old episodes to new people who've just found you. You can stay consistent without having to post something brand new every day. That pressure to always be on just starts to fade away. And you start building real momentum with the work you've already done. It's amazing. This all leads to the final transformation, right? It's about moving from a mindset of constant performance to one of smart leverage. And this is really the ultimate takeaway. The goal is to get off the hamster wheel for good. It's not about being online 24/7. It's about building an intelligent system that takes your best work and keeps it visible, keeps it working for you in the background for the long haul. And hey, don't just take my word for it. As podcast visibility strategist Brigitte Nadeau says, the problem isn't that you don't have enough content. The problem is you don't have a system. You need a clear way for your episodes to stay out there and actually guide your listeners somewhere important. The key word in all of this is intention. This is not about just randomly reposting old links. It's a strategic, thoughtful system that completely flips the script. It turns visibility from something that's exhausting into something that's totally sustainable.
So I'm going to leave you with this thought. What if the answer to your visibility problem isn't in the next episode you're stressing about creating? What if it's already sitting right there, in that beautiful archive of work you've poured your heart into? What if your most powerful content has already been made?